The splintered chair. Socially responsible. Socially distanced. Socially awkward.
I'll do, Jeff.
How do, Jim? How are you?
I'm fine, Jeff. I'm fine. Getting ready for a brilliant day. Sticking the old data entry into the computer.
What do you mean getting ready? I've been doing this for 5 minutes already, son. You are behind.
Oh, no, mate. No, mate. That's where you're wrong, you see. See, I was in this office an hour ago. 1 hour ago. And you weren't here, mate. And I was there, banging away, sticking the unique data entry into my machine like an animal.
Were you now? Well, if you were an animal, it seems to me you were more of a marmoset, because whilst you were fannying about an hour ago, banging away at your machine, I was on my leisurely commute, inputting data manually through my mobile telephone, because I happen to have the unique VPN remote access, which you weren't in the meeting to request. So stick that one up your entry pipe, Jim.
Jeff, I don't think you understand, mate, okay? I wasn't in the meeting because I was sticking my data entry into my machine. You see, I don't have a mobile phone. I am the bloody phone.
Right, well, Mr. Phone, perhaps you should have been in the meeting, because I can now input data while I go for a shit, thus making me a more valuable employee, thus making me more in line for the company bonus, thus making me the only one in the company who's got access to the pink wafers in the meeting room.
Mate, while you're pissing about with a wafer, I'm there, day and night, sticking my data, oozing my data all over the machine. Oh, it needs it.
I'll bet you are. I'll bet you are doing it day and night, because you can't do it properly, because you can't count to more than 4, can you? So anytime there's a single piece of code that goes above 4, you've got to sit there and count it on your fingers. If it goes above 22, you are properly stuffed, because then you've got to get naked and count your balls as well, haven't you? Yeah, I know you. I know your type. All Mr. Johnny Come Lately, Johnny Come Anytime You Want, aren't you? Yeah, with you working day and night on your data entry. I don't work day and night on my data entry because I do it properly the first time, you moron.
Can I just say, I think that's outrageous the way you mention my balls.
Can I just say I don't give a shit?
No, you know that Sandy left me because of the state of my balls.
I know Sandy left you because she couldn't stand the fucking hair on your balls. She tells me so every weekend.
Same again tomorrow?
Yeah, all right. See you later, mate.
Security log is 9 minutes past 11 and the trap is set. I repeat, the trap is set. The crackers are under the box. Hopefully target codename Donald will be appearing shortly. Hold on. I've got movement. We are go. This is a code move. I am proceeding towards the box. Security, the crackers are gone, and left is a note written with a quill saying quack 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 quack. Mission failed. Try again tomorrow.
Yes, Sandra, Please will you prepare a note for the board meeting next Wednesday? The council have written again to complain about the state of the northern car park. It seems that where the surface is sinking, a large amount of water is now collecting, and it has taken to running down into the council depot over the road and is attracting wildfowl and such. I'll need approval to get the contractors back out again to fill in the hole and look at some flood mitigation. Frankly, this is what happens when you lay tarmac straight over a nature reserve, but fail to completely fill in the pre-existing duck pond. But nevertheless, we shall continue to fill the hole, much to the chagrin of the local duck population. This does also mean the northern car park will be unavailable for some days early next month. On a side note, please drop a note to the members of the company hunting lodge that an out-of-season shoot will take place on Saturday, and that duck ailerons will be served in the cafe on Monday. Yes, thank you.
Susan, firstly, excellent work on the reports. Very legible, particularly like the new typeface. Need more red pens or red ink. Don't get any of that quink shit, though. Have a word with the Arca brothers and see what they can find for us. Also, my lunch was cold and 30 minutes late. Have that particular intern volunteered for something on level 6 or 8. That'll do.
This is...
Before we start with today's agenda, let's look at the minutes for the last meeting. There were 75 minutes of the last meeting, which is approximately 15 minutes longer than I want this meeting to last. No longer than an hour today. Is that acceptable? Yes, right. Yes, I can see your hand at the back. Yes.
Sorry, who are you?
Put it down. We'll have questions at the end.
Okay.
Pardon? Yes. Oh, good. Right. Okay. Item 1. What do we want? Well, I'll open out that to the floor. What do we want?
I want a bigger timeshare on a bigger window.
Lovely, and I think that leads us to item 2. When do we want it?
Sometime before lunch.
Right, good. Well, as a union person from the union, that's great that you want a bigger window sometime before lunch. Could we put that into some form of a jaunty chant that we could perhaps protest to management with? What do we want? A bigger window. When do we want it? Before lunch.
Yeah. All right.
Lovely. Good. That will, of course, not facilitate you getting a bigger window, but it will at least let management know that we are all agreed on this issue.
Yeah. Bigger window before lunch.
Yeah, that's not bad. Let's try it again. What do we want? A bigger window. When do we want it? Before lunch. Is that? I'm not really happy with the word lunch. It doesn't quite have the right je ne sais quoi. How?
Before the middle meal of the day.
It's rather too many syllables. Could we try before supper? Could we try that? What do we want? A bigger window. When do we want it? Before supper. No, that doesn't work, does it?
No. What about soon?
Soon is good. Soon is good. It does rather take away the culinary essence of your point, I suppose. But soon. Let's try that. What do we want? A bigger window. When do we want it? Soon.
Yeah,
Soon,
I like
lovely.
that.
Now, of course, my only concern there, and perhaps this is an action, Andrea, is that how are we defining soon? seems rather a vague term to me, but maybe you could form a subcommittee to investigate that and bring your findings to the next meeting. Lovely, good. Item 4, the absence of item 3. Well, I think we'll have to address that at the next meeting. Andrea, yes, another subcommittee. The absence of item 3. Yes, that's right. We're going 1, 2, 4 here. I don't know. Right. Item 5. Any other business? Yes, sir. Your hand's up.
The only reason I want a bigger window is because my wife has made me those tuna sandwiches again, and if I throw them out of my existing window, they tend to bounce back in. And we were told we're not allowed to eat fish products in the canteen anymore, so I wanted a bigger window to throw them out.
Right, we are rather moving on to a second verse now, aren't we? Might I suggest you take that to the subcommittee? Andrew, if you could get this gentleman's details and add him to the subcommittee. Are you a paid-up member, sir?
Yes.
Of the union?
Of a union. Is this not the meeting for the Chiropodist Society within SCI? Have I come to the wrong meeting?
This is the representative union meeting of the union representatives.
This is terrible. I'm so sorry. I've come to the wrong meeting. I mean, if you could help me with a bigger window, it'd be appreciated.
Well, I do rather think that you might perhaps be better served at the meeting you need to be at. But I'm sure we can help you with that. Andrea, could you set up a subcommittee to make sure that this gentleman finds his way to the correct meeting next time? Thank you, lovely.
Okay.
Trapnow Field Report 6G. David Harwood, Project Lead. 12 March 49. Following successful systems integration checks yesterday, we have now confirmed that the device is self-sustaining and that the enhanced safety protocols enacted after the incident at the Rainhill facility are proving sufficient to contain the radiation. The core is running slightly cooler than expected at 14 million degrees, but the human interface surface temperature is now a more nominal 22 degrees. Dr. Eisfeld has detected some feedback in the synaptic valves, but is confident it poses no threat to the subjects, and has requested permission to begin human integration trials immediately. I have approved his request, and testing will begin at 0600. Next report will follow at completion of the first test.
Well, the board aren't really happy. I mean, it's not quite what they were after, is it? I mean, just look at it.
Sorry. It's exactly what they asked for.
Bloody isn't. Khaki.
Well, I mean, all I can do is go off the brief that the board gave me, and I think that that my team has created a poster that hits all the deliverables.
Right. So it was supposed to be large. This isn't large. I'd say this was a postage stamp with an overinflated ego. It was supposed to be green. That looks bloody khaki to me. And it was supposed to be facing the other way around. So
right.
Where have you met your deliverables?
It's A1.
I don't care what road it drove up. It's too bloody small. It's quite large, and the brief says that it should be green, and it's green. That is khaki. I spent 20 years in the military. I know khaki when I see it. That is bloody khaki. We want it green.
The thing is, my team and I, we worked all night to create this poster, and the brief specifically said that you want a poster of green, and this is a poster of nothing but a field of green. It's green, and it's A1. It's a massive, massive poster that's green It's an A1 poster. It is green.
It's not green, it's khaki. And you say you were working all through the night. Did you get divisional authorization for that kind of overtime for you and your entire team to produce a poster that's wrong and too small? No, you bloody didn't. Because I would have had to countersign it. So none of you are going to get your overtime now. And in fact, I'm going to dock you your quarterly bonus because this poster is frankly not so much green as brown. Brown for shite.
Well, can I at least just keep the paper?
No.
Fair enough.
Now go and do it properly.
Yes, Dirk. Yes, Dirk. I will.
Good. And give my regards to Jack.
I will.
All right, go on. Sort off.
Pillock.
Good. Any other business? I have one item, if I might be so bold. Parking spaces. I do rather feel that we have, well, really not enough of them. And I noticed that there's a patch of rather fertile ground across the road. It is, of course, at the minute a children's play park. But as children don't work for the company, and people who drive cars do, I think it's perhaps worth getting rid of the recreational area in order to make more parking. Any objections to that?
I have an objection.
Yes.
Yes, Dusty Slant from Legal, well, reporting to Legal. The play park was put there to disguise a plague pit. We can't actually build anything more substantial on there than a treehouse for fear of unleashing what's buried beneath. Legal do have a number of precedents on this. I'd be happy to supply them to you.
Well, yes, of course. I mean, it is rather an important matter for our union members that they have appropriate parking. Now, you say a plague pit. Perhaps we could just park the BMW drivers there.
Yes, I think Legal would be okay with that.
Lovely. Well, we'll put together a recommendation and bring them to the next meeting where we can submit those to Legal following an appropriate quorum vote of all dues-paying members. Andrea, if you could set up a subcommittee to ensure that what I just said happens. Lovely. Anything else at all? No. The next meeting will be decided by a random number generator that will be launched next Thursday from the staff roof. That's not to be misplaced for the customer roof or the executive roof. The staff roof, please, ladies and gentlemen. Next Thursday, time to be decided by a game of rock, paper, scissors in the culinary car park. That's not to be mistaken for the ancillary car park or the domestics car park. And that will be happening, let me see, I have my notes here. After the full moon. Andrea, do we know which full moon? No, well, if you could set up a subcommittee to determine which full, that would be lovely. Thank you, Andrea. Right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Meeting adjourned.
No, really, I just don't understand what was wrong with that poster. We spent ages on it. They said they wanted a large poster that was just green, no images, no shapes, no shades. It was just the one colour, green, and Dirk just says no, he doesn't want that. He doesn't want that. Go away, he says. Just go away. I've failed. I haven't failed, guys. Have I failed?
No.
Thanks.
Jack.
Yeah, Jack. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. I think we're gonna need to do the poster again. Yeah, I know, Jack. I know.
No, Jack.
No, we are gonna need to do the poster, Jack. We are.
Jack.
We are.
No.
Yes, Jack. We're gonna need to do the poster. We're gonna need to do it. We need to get the exact shade of green that Dirk wants. Otherwise,
no. We've only got one green.
much more khaki, though, isn't it?
Because I made it with brown. Jack likes brown.
Jack, how did you make the brown?
From the brown paint
Thank God.
in the brown paint machine.
Oh, where's the machine?
Where the machine sits.
And where's that? Oh, dear sweet Jesus.
Socially responsible, socially distanced, socially awkward.